I'm Cordelia Anderson, and for 25 years I've been doing various kinds of child sexual abuse prevention education. I've created programs for young children, adolescents, adults who work with children, and for parents. And this work is critically important because if we want to stop sexual abuse from happening, it is going to take every person's energy. We need to know what sexual abuse is, we need to know who the perpetrators are, we need to know how they trick us and our children, and we need to speak up and say that it's time to stop.
I was 10 years old when my uncle molested me, and he said he wanted to do it to teach me how to be a man.
Johnny's story could be the story of any American boy or girl. Johnny's parents got a divorce when he was 10 years old, and every other weekend he would go to his father's house where his 42-year-old uncle also lived. That's how Johnny's nightmare began.
I never thought that this would happen to my family, my children. We went into his room and we shut the door, and I told him that there would be nobody coming in, and neither of us were going out. We weren't getting water. We weren't using the bathroom. We weren't watching television. We weren't having a snack. We were not going to leave that room until he told me what was wrong.
We started talking about the things she had told us when my mom and dad were still married, that nobody was allowed to touch us in our private areas.
And he kind of flippantly, I know, Mom, I know. I said, do you realize that includes your family members? And he had the most peculiar look on his face. And he said, well, what do you mean, family members? I said, family members. Aunts, uncles, grandmas, grandpas, dads, moms, anybody. Has anybody been doing this to you? And then he admitted that, yes, indeed it had. It was his uncle that had been touching him.
I felt a little good and a little afraid because I felt good because I finally told somebody and they were doing something about it, but I also remembered the things that he said. So it made me a little afraid and a little good. I'm telling this on this film right now so I can warn every other person or kid or adult or teenager, whoever, watch out for these kinds of things. Don't get tricked. Don't get fooled. Watch out for all the people, even people that you know have been your friend or your family member has been close to you for all these years, and you think that you can trust them, but then, like that, you'll get tricked. So watch out. If it does happen, you go tell somebody right away, and if you can, testify against them. They can go in jail for it. It's probably what they deserve anyway. And, don't let nobody get too close or cross your line or anything like that. I hope this helps a lot of other people to prevent what happened to me.
In Johnny's story, we have a situation where there's an adult who hangs out with kids, and in his case specifically hung out with the boys. He didn't have many adult friends. A lot of things that when we look back in retrospect send off red flags. At the time, we may think this person is just friendly, is just great with kids. It's a scary kind of path to go on, to suddenly be suspicious of any adult who cares about kids at a time when we know our boys need caring, positive relations with adults who care about them, especially with adult males. On the other hand, we do need to be on our guard if we see somebody who has caring, positive relationships with young boys but without any other adult males.